So this video is going to be 27 questions that Black people have for white people. I was originally going to get white people to ask, but I don't really know any.
Great, it's a fucking cunt saying all white people are racist.
Shut the fuck up for the 50th billionth time!
You're fucking a white male!
This is the Booze and Bullshit Show. Shit happens, and we make fun of it.
Thanks, Mario, I guess!
And today we have Shireen back, who is, she's the woman who produced the Yes, All White People Are Racist video. And now she has 27 questions for us white people. My question for her is, how would you not see that you're racist? Anyway, seeing this is just a video and she can't exactly respond in this video itself, I guess I'll just have to jump to her questions. But first, I really have to address what she said in the beginning of the video.
I was originally going to get white people to ask, but I don't really know any.
Gee, I wonder why you don't know any white people. Maybe, just maybe, it's because you have this ideology.
But for any non-essential white people in your life, I think that the criteria for being around it should be, hey, can you admit that our society is racist and that you have racist beliefs that you're working to unlearn?
I mean, I think that's why you don't have any white friends, because you go up to white people and you have this fucking distaste for them. Yeah, well, why can't you admit that you hate me? Well, that's not really a good premise to become friends with someone.
And I actually put out a call on Twitter and some people responded, but it was kind of taking a while to get everyone together. So thank you for everyone that volunteered. But
translation, no one volunteered to help her because she's a cunt.
I decided I would just ask questions myself because we all know that those questions were 27 questions white people have for Black people. Like, we all know. She's
referring to the video that BuzzFeed did, which I also covered and made fun of. But she's saying, oh, well, just white people wrote these questions. I need a real Black person's perspective on these questions. So, yeah, she's trying to poke fun at, well, white people are going to ask the questions anyway. So why don't I just have white people ask questions from Black people to white people? Doesn't make any sense, but okay, yeah.
So here is 27 questions that Black people want to ask of white people.
Okay, first I have to get into the mindset of what she wants. I'm sorry I'm white. I'm sorry I'm male. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Okay, I've checked my privilege and now it's time to listen to her questions.
Why do white people hate immigrants when you guys immigrated here from Europe?
Well, I don't think it's so much that people hate immigrants, it's that they hate illegal immigrants, because illegal immigrants come into the country, they make money under the table, they don't pay taxes, and they send that money back to their home country. So people do not like that money is being sucked out of our economy and being sent to another nation, and it's undocumented. There's no way to know how much money is actually going. But I attribute that more to US's really strict immigration policy, that they don't allow a lot of different people in. If they had a more open policy and they actually documented people coming in, then yeah, we would have a lot easier time. And then if you start cracking down on businesses who hire illegal immigrants, yeah, I mean, this would effectively help a lot of the problems that people have with illegal immigrants. But I hardly consider this to be a Black person problem. Yeah, people make jokes about, well, if you don't like America, go back to Africa. But I think the biggest problem that people have with immigrants are people from Mexico, not Africa. And the African things is just a joke, so yeah.
When are you going to go back home?
Well, being born in the United States, I'm an official U.S. citizen. Once again, the problem is with illegal immigrants. And saying to go back to Africa is when you complain about the country and say how great African culture is. That's why they say go back to Africa if that's what you want.
Why don't all white men apologize for mass shooters and serial killers?
For the same reason that I don't blame you for every single Black person who's stolen, raped, or murdered someone. I mean, I don't feel I should apologize for an individual's actions, whether they're white, Black, or whatever. I don't fucking care. If you do something shitty, yeah, you should be punished for it.
You know, like 80% of them are white males, right?
80%, huh? Well, you know what? It's not that I don't trust you. It's that you aren't exactly known for your factual statements. Okay, so let's take a look at this U.S. serial killer percentage by race and decade. According to the Radford University, about 51.7% white people and 40.6% Black people. So yes, there is a higher over average percentage of white people who are serial killers between the 1900 and 2010. But if you look at just 2010, 32.3% white people and 59.1% black people. And if you look at this trend here, there's a lot more killers among black people than there are white people in the last 30 to 40 years. But let's just assume we're looking at the total averages. 40.6% of serial killers are black people. But black people only take up about 13.3% of the population, according to the U.S. government census record. So, can you see why people are more afraid of black people murdering than they are white people? And why there may be more black people in jail? It's not racist to point out statistical data, because that's the way things fucking are. It's not like I'm making a judgment. I'm just saying this is what the facts say.
Why do white people wear cargo shorts with puffy jackets in the winter? Are you guys hot or are you cold? It's very confusing. It makes no sense.
I don't think that really applies to white people as a group, but I mean, I guess some individuals may do that. But, you know, in response, what I could say is, why do black people always wear those big fat baggy pants that are falling down to their ankles in the summer when they should be really fucking hot? We see that type of question are the types of questions that you want to ask the individual that's doing it, not the whole race. It's just a fucking retarded thing to say. Especially when there's not even a stereotype about it. It's just a fucking weird assumption that you made.
Why don't white people season their food?
Actually, I do season my food. I put salt, pepper, garlic, oregano, whatever, whatever the recipe really calls for. But you won't really get the pleasure of having the food from me because I don't serve racists in my house. But, I really think you should call this 27 stereotypes that black people have against white people.
Why do white people believe that structural and institutionalized racism doesn't exist? You guys know these concepts have been proven, right?
Oh, I believe it exists. It's just that affirmative action and making people hire black people or less qualified for the position as their white counterparts is, yeah, that's pretty institutionalized racism there. But unfortunately, what you say institutional racism isn't exactly what I see as it. Because I really see there's a lot of discrimination against white people nowadays because of all this fucking affirmative action bullshit.
What is reverse racism?
What is reverse racism? I think I have a clip for that one.
So just spare me your whining about not all white people, because I don't even fucking care. Like, I don't want to hear it. Like, yes, all white people are products of this racist, sexist, classist, white supremacist system. All of you, every last one of you, every single fucking one of you are products of this system, okay? You're all indoctrinated with white supremacist teachings from the time that you were born.
Basically, the idea of reverse racism is that when a traditional body that's been oppressed is suddenly flip-sided and they're being racist against the people who traditionally had more power than them, that is what's called reverse racism. So, yes, traditionally, when black people were slaves, yes, there's racism against black people. And all the way up until the 60s, 70s, there's been racism in America against black people. But this whole PC culture has completely shifted that paradigm so that black people and culture itself is discrediting white people for simply being white, and that's racism against white people. But you, of course, cannot see that because you've been indoctrinated into your black system of thought from when you were a kid by either your parents or whoever fucking put this shit into your head.
Why do white people think mayo is a slur?
Mayo? As in like mayonnaise? Well, I mean, I think it's probably for the same reason if I were to refer to you as Cocoa Puffs. That would be racist. Cocoa Puffs?
Why are white people always threatening to kill their parents and then, actually going through with it?
Gosh darn it, you caught me. I killed my parents and then I really wanted to kill more parents, so I got adopted and then killed them too. I mean, what else can I say? I'm a white male. I just have to kill. Are you fucking serious? Really? I don't even know where you pull this bullshit out of. Then again, you have a piercing like a bull, so, I guess it's your own ass?
Why don't white people have rhythm? Can you not hear the beat? It's very strange, very confusing.
So let me get this straight. You can make generalized stereotypes about white people and you believe them. White person does it against black people, that's suddenly racist. Can you not see that's fucking reverse racism there that you were talking about earlier? But as far as rhythm, yeah, I don't give a fuck about dancing. I don't care who has rhythm and who doesn't. It's ridiculous to me anyway, so yeah.
Why do white people get so angry when others point out white privilege? I mean, you guys do have a 300-year head start on everyone else. Just saying.
Okay, and why do you get so mad when we show what privileges the black people have? Oh no, we're just so oppressed and we don't have any advantages being black. Yeah, you do, so fuck you.
Why aren't white people called welfare queens? You guys know you're the main recipients of welfare, right?
Facts really aren't your strong point, are they? According to the Pew Research Center, in 2012, black people were twice as likely to receive food stamps than white people. Now, if you factored in the percentage of white people versus the percentage of black people, yes, 15% of white people does equal more than 31% black people, seeing black people are only 13.3% of the population. Just because the number is higher, that doesn't mean they're more likely. It's the percentage that really matters. And black people have 31% people getting food stamps. That's the highest percentage of any race. So you're fucking retarded.
Why do white people think affirmative action is racist? The number one beneficiaries of affirmative action are white women.
Well, let's see. Affirmative action is supposed to be about equality, yet it's saying that people need to be hired because of their race and not their qualifications. That's why it's racist, sexist, or whatever it is, or whoever is getting this priority treatment. People should be prioritized based on their ability to perform the task at hand.
Why do white people want to say the N-word so bad?
Probably because that's the way they vent their frustration with their problems with people who are black. Though many people just say, oh, fucking niggers, but that's not exactly the most constructive way of criticizing black people. But a lot of people don't have a very nuanced or articulate opinion about what they feel. But they're doing it to vent their frustration with the people that they target as being bad people. And these are racists I'm talking about. As you see in this video, I use the word nigger, but that's because we're discussing the word nigger and the uses of it. You shouldn't fear a word just because it's a bad word. But back to the racists. When you make videos saying, yes, all white people are racist and you shouldn't associate with them, that's feeding into their hatred towards you. Don't you see that? You being a fucking bitch and showing that you're exactly what they think you are isn't exactly a good way of progressing society and making them less racist. It's just going to make them more racist.
Why do white people keep saying they're losing the country? If you're losing, who's winning?
When our presidential candidates are Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton, I'd say the country is kind of committing suicide, so I don't think there's really any winners except other countries who hate us.
BuzzFeed asked, why are black people always late? Well, I want to know, why are white people always so late? Slang, dance crazes, you guys hear about shit like years later and then you want to act like it's something brand new.
Well, they're talking about being late as in like, you say you're going to be there at a certain time and you're not there. That's what they mean by late, not late to different fads, because quite frankly, I don't give a fuck about stupid fads. It doesn't matter. All the people that really do this shit are hipsters who finally suddenly discover this shit. And then they'll wear it to embrace this subculture to show how sensitive and diverse they are.
Why are white people always renaming things?
Probably because they don't know how to make the clicking noises that Africans can with their voice.
What are boxer braids?
Alright, now I didn't know what the fuck boxer braids are when she said this, so I had to go Google it. But apparently it's when white people are doing a similar braid to cornrows. Look, I don't give a fuck about this shit. I don't care what hair you do, and I don't care what they call it. It's all fucking stupid to me, but I think it's called boxer braids because that's what women boxers use to braid their hair. And then some people use it as a fashion style. And yes, it probably originates from cornrows, but cornrows has a negative connotation, so they rather call it boxer braids. Everyone wants to think that they're reinventing the wheel and making something new and different, but the fact is a lot of it's just recycling old things and giving them a new name. I mean, if you look at online video games now people are referred to as being toxic, whereas in the past they're just looked at as being a troll or a fucking asshole. But it's just a stupid little thing. They're giving all these little terms. Oh, are you salty? Are you mad? Are you this? Are you that? Whatever. It doesn't fucking matter. These are all just new terms for saying the same fucking shit that they've always been saying. If you're an asshole, you're an asshole. That's really what it comes down to.
Why do white people insist that culture belongs to everyone? Culture is literally defined as the beliefs, customs, arts, etc. of a particular society, group, place, or time. It's a particular society that has its own beliefs and ways of life, a particular society, not the general public. To say that a specific culture belongs to everyone literally undermines what culture is.
Well, there's many different types of cultures. There's the main culture of American culture. There's subcultures. There's European culture. There's just Paris culture. There's England culture. There's all these different subcultures all around the world. And do you want to assimilate your culture into my society? Well, shouldn't I be allowed to embrace those as well if I so choose to? Well, you're essentially trying to exclude people from embracing your traditions and letting your culture spread. But quite frankly, I don't care about culture. It's all really just a marketing holiday nowadays. Like on St. Paddy's Day, you go out and you have corned beef and cabbage, even though Irish people don't really eat corned beef and cabbage. And all these different things. They want to sell this merchandise, all these decorations and all this shit. It's a merchandising holiday more than anything, these stupid cultural holidays. Though I do like St. Paddy's Day because you get to get drunk and it's acceptable. But I digress.
Why do white people love doing indie covers of rap songs? What's that about? And why will said indie covers then get played on radio stations and in shops that would never play rap music?
I've never once seen that.
Why don't white people understand that saying all lives matter as a response to Black Lives Matter is redundant?
Probably because the people shouting Black Lives Matters are the ones who are saying that black people are the only one who have these problems, and saying, well, all lives matter is kind of more inclusive in what it really should be and what people should be fighting towards more instead of only focusing on what happens to black people instead of other people as well.
All means every life, including black ones. Don't all cancers matter, not just breast cancer? Don't all forests matter, not just the rainforest? Shouldn't we be trying to save all sea creatures, not just the whales?
Well, you see, those examples that you gave are very commercialized versions of charities. Like the Susan G. Komen Foundation gives a very small percentage of what they make to actually funding research. Most of it's given to these big people running the charity. And that's all just marketing. So I think having a focus on all lives is a lot better than having a focus on just black lives. Because if a white cop kills a white guy or a black cop kills a white guy or whatever the race is, it doesn't fucking matter. The thing is, it should be the result no matter what it is. And saying that, oh, it's just black people who are being targeted, well, that's not necessarily true.
Seriously, why do white people want to use the N-word?
Well, you're repeating yourself now. I guess my answer from before didn't satisfy you. Though, then again, I don't think anything's really going to satisfy you. I mean, all you do is hate white people and say how racist we are, while making racist remarks yourself. So, yeah, I already answered this one. I'm just going to skip it.
Why do white people like to pretend that slavery wasn't so bad?
Who the fuck said slavery wasn't bad? Really?
They had food and shelter. They were also, enslaved.
Yeah, if you can lay off the straw man attacks, that'd be great.
Why is getting approved for small business loans considered to be a white people thing?
I think that's really because the people that you're hanging around with are all racist black people who are like, man, I can't get no business loans because I'm just black. That's why. Yeah, it's just the people that you're hanging around with.
Why do white people move into neighborhoods and assume their way is the best way and then kick everyone else out?
Stupid gentrification question. All right, well, yeah, so people move into an area and they have more money, so therefore there's businesses that can cater to people who have more money, and then businesses come in that are costing more, and apartment buildings have higher rent, and it's more desirable. So, yeah, it's not so much that they're white people, it's just that they're wealthy people. And I guess in your mind that's kind of the same thing, because we have all this power. You're fucking retarded.
Why are white people stopped at a rate of 5 times less than black people, despite having a higher chance of being found with contraband, like drugs or weapons on them?
All right, look, I already looked up all these other facts that you kind of alluded to. But, yeah, I think Google's going to think I'm retarded if I keep searching for this shit. Now I'm going to start getting ads for watermelons or some shit like that.
Why does white America do the crime, yet black America do the time?
That's a clever campaign speech line. All right. Well, yeah, no, that's not exactly how it happens. Black people traditionally live in poorer neighborhoods, and poorer people tend to have more crime. This is because poor people are desperate to get money and will take alternative means to get the money that they desire.
Why do white people love to say that race doesn't matter when you made up the concept of race?
I didn't make up anything about race, sweetie. But, yeah, thanks for grouping me in with every single other white person in the world. And I'll do the same thing with you black people.
And race-based chattel slavery.
Once again, yeah, that was not me. I swear. I'm not 800 years old.
And the last question, why is whitewashing still a thing?
For those of you not familiar with what whitewashing is supposedly, it's when white people get away with crimes and their crimes are just kind of hidden. And, yeah, I kind of don't see that happening. I see a lot of white people going to jail, like when they're accused of rape or something like that. I mean, those people are always assumed to be rapists. I mean...
It's Scarlett Johansson.
Wow, subtly is not really your strong point. You're supposed to do bullshit, not cough, bullshit. It's supposed to be at the same time. It's just ridiculous, but whatever.
This has been 27 questions that Black people have for white people. Peace.
Well, much like I don't speak for every single white person, I'm sure you don't speak for every single Black person as well. And a lot of these questions are absolutely retarded. So yeah, I address as many of them as I possibly could stand to listen to. Anyways, guys, this has been the Booze and Bullshit Show. Shit happens, and we make fun of it. So if you like this video, be sure to subscribe, give it a like, and if you watched all the way through, I think you kind of like it, so, you know, there's not really a need to give it a dislike. I guess if you dislike what I'm saying right now, being a little douchey, alright, well, yeah, whatever. Do whatever you want. If you want to check out some of my other videos, you can see my first reply to this lovely young woman, where it's called, Yes, All White People Are Racist. Also, you can see my response to 24 questions from Black people on BuzzFeed, and Listen Up, Lazy Black Person. Anyways, this weekend is my birthday, so if anyone is feeling generous and would like to send a tip my way for the content that I produce, that'd be greatly appreciated, and I will be eternally grateful for that. All you have to do is click on the card in the top right-hand corner or the description. And if you actually want to get something physical back, you can buy one of my t-shirts as well. Thanks for watching.